Well, hello everyone and welcome back to Vickie's Country Home. Today we are going to go to a party to celebrate a good friend's birthday, and since it's the 5th of May, it has kind of fiesta theme to it. So it's potluck, everybody's bringing dishes, and I decided I'm going to take my Texas style pinto beans that we had growing up. When I was young, people really didn't have formal invitations to come over. They'd just kind of show up, and when they did, the first thing that my mother would say, or my grandmother, and I'm sure most of my aunts and uncles, is, "I gotta throw on a pot of beans." That was just what we did, because it was nutritious, it tasted good, and they didn't cost much. So that's just how it was growing up. And normally, because they showed up with little notice, we put it in the pressure cooker. So today I'm making pinto beans with ham hocks in my stovetop pressure cooker, and you could probably use the Instant Pot, same thing, but for me this is the way we do it. So let me bring you along and show you how. So again, I'm doing this the way my mother does it, and I sorted through the beans. I took out any that I didn't like, there weren't any rocks, but you want to make sure you go through them thoroughly. So I did that. I rinsed them in a colander with cold water, and now she pre-cooks these. So I have 1 pound of beans, and I put about 1.5 to 2 inches of water on top. So I'm going to cook this and bring it to a boil, and I'm going to cook it for about 15 to 20 minutes. Then we're going to drain it. She cooks it a second time. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that or not. But let me go ahead and get this on the stove, and I'll bring you back in a little while. Well, I boiled these for 20 minutes, and the liquid has turned kind of dark brown. So this is how my mama does it. She drains this. Now she would normally cook a second time. I'm not sure I'm going to, because these are pretty well plumped up. So I think I'm only going to do the one pre-cook. So I'll drain these, and then I will show you how I put everything into the pressure cooker. Well, I have these drained, and then I'm going to put all the beans into the pot. Now what I'm going to do is, I have about a tablespoon of cumin seeds, comino, that I have ground up in my molcajete, and you can't see this because the pot's in the way. So I'm just going to put that in there. And she never did this because she didn't make this, but this is a pint of my home canned ham broth, and to me that's just going to be pure flavor. So I'm going to put that in there. And because I love that taste, I'm going to put in, about a tablespoon of bacon fat, because I love that flavor. And I have, this is probably 3 large cloves of garlic that I've diced. She calls for 2 large cloves. I love garlic, so I am going to use more. And now I have some ham hocks. And she sometimes used ham hocks, sometimes she used a ham bone or pieces of ham. Sometimes she just used bacon. It depended what she had at the time. But since I love this, I'm going to go with the ham hock. So let me cut this open and get one of these out. And that's a nice meaty looking ham hock. So I'm going to put that down in there. Now adding that bacon fat along with the fat from this ham hock is also going to help keep it from foaming too much. And that can be a problem in a pressure canner. So just going to kind of nestle that down in there. And then we're going to cover this all with a few inches of water. But with beans, you really don't want to go over half full because of the foaming and it could clog up your pressure cooker. So that's about halfway. Put the lid on and lock it. Now I'm going to put it on number 2. And that's on mine. Yours may be different. So I'm going to put this on and I'm going to let it process once it starts steaming for, I think I'm going to go about half hour. She calls for 45 minutes, but I'm making this early in the day and I'm going to put it in my crock pot to be ready for later. So I'm going to do this for 30 minutes and I could always bring the temperature down, check it, and bring it back up if I need to. So I have finished processing my pinto beans and I'm very happy with the texture. It's not real soft, but it's not firm either. And this old ham hock has now released a lot of its flavor. So now I'm going to put that into a pot and boil it a little bit to thicken it. And I'm going to make another pot of these to add to it because this is going to be a fairly large party. So they taste wonderful. The only thing I don't do is add salt until after it's pressured because the salt can make the beans a little bit hard and they don't soften as well. So I like to cook them first in the pressure cooker and then I go ahead and finish seasoning the rest of the way so that they don't get too hard. So anyway, my pressure cooked pinto beans mama style. So thank you for watching and thanks for visiting Vickie's Country Home, and we'll talk again soon.